Girls of Reddit, what are the subtle hints that you are dropping guys that they don't pick up at all? Arm touching, hair twirling, staring at their mouth, saying we have no plans on a Saturday night. I just thought everyone liked to tell me about their lack of plans for the weekend. Hugging, touching, compliments, messages, massages, deep conversations, bugging him as to why we never do stuff just the two of us, literally mentioning how he would make a perfect boyfriend. When none of that worked, I went for the win. Me, I love you and I really want to go out with you sometime. Him, AWW, I love you too. You're my best friend. Let's go bowling next weekend. I'll invite the gang. Me, mental facepin. I used to hang out with this guy I liked every single night. We'd talk, laugh, joke and just have fun, usually until 4 AM. I would fall asleep on his bed, cuddle while watching TV, and lean closer every time we are face to face. This went on for months, before he finally took the hint and he's now my so. When I asked him about how he didn't notice I had a thing for him, he apparently genuinely thought that all girls act like that towards their platonic friends, so he wasn't sure if I actually liked him. I'm about as subtle as a bull in a china shop. I have always joked with my husband I'm more masculine in my communication than him, because I don't play mind games. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Usually there isn't any confusion. But when we had just started dating, I was at my husband's apartment when we were getting going for one of the first times. I made the comment, "Oh, you have chest hair." I even ran my fingers through it. I liked it. He thought it was a hint to shave his chest. The next day he was changing to go out and I saw his chest was covered in red angry bumps and asked what happened. He mentioned the comment about his chest hair, how he got the hint and shaved it that morning. I looked horrified and said I wasn't hint for him to shave. I told him that because I grew up in Europe, I appreciate a more natural body aesthetic and liked the hair on his chest. I thought it was super hot. He has never shaved his chest since that day over 13 years ago. As a guy, I was once told that I was their favorite guy in the world and that they wished they could clone me so there would be more people like me. Got rejected though. Straight up asking them if they are down to smash. I like to trash talk, but I'm kind of past my glory days, so I never know if I'll come out on top, but I still like to have a good time. Brawl was my best game. Haven't gotten to play the new Switch version much. I like to play a bunch of different characters. Meta Knight, Ness, Wario, Dark Pit to name a few. I'd really like to get good with King K. Rool. He'd been flirting with me for a while. The interest seemed real. So, I tried to move the flirting from texting to going out. He was a bit slow on the uptake. It went something like this. Him, tells me how much fun he had doing X. Me, oh that sounds like fun. Him, tells me all about it. Me, I'll have to try it. Him, yeah, you'll love it. Me, so, are you planning on going back? Him, yeah, definitely. Me, anytime soon. Him, no plans yet, but definitely worth it to go back again. Me, well, I'm going to take you up on your suggestion and give it a try this Saturday. Him, awesome. You'll love it. Me, you're welcome to join me if you like. Him, oh wow. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Me to self, that might have been more work than it was worth. Me to self afterward, it was worth it. Generally asking questions and trying to generate more of a conversation. Compliments on appearance, laughing/smiling a lot. Compliments. Duck, I literally showered this boy in compliments and he just said lol thanks every time. It's probably just that he doesn't like me, but to be fair I wasn't even the one who started the convo, so I don't get it. Boys can be ducking, confusing him, lost. Guys don't get many compliments, so we don't know how to process it. Usually we think you're just joking/teasing. This creepy guy with a mustache kept stalking me, and he was relentless. I hid and had a friend of mine tell him repeatedly that I was in another castle. I thought that if he heard it enough times he'd give up on chasing me and doing other creepy things like jumping on turtles and chestnuts. Unfortunately, he didn't get the hint and he eventually found me. I'm pretty reserved when it comes to being expressive for the most part, but I definition have subtle hints when I really like a dude. Look them in the face, like really. Eyes glazing over every feature, soaking them in visually. Break touch barrier, that is light taps on arm only if sitting, when conversing, joking. Rest/touch my chin, when I listen to them talk, means I'm interested and thinking about what they're saying. What are your plans? How's your upcoming week looking? Also a brief mention of a next time opportunity. Girl here. I think the major one is her asking questions about you, her showing genuine interest in you and who you are. That coupled with eye contact and smiles, that is how you will know. I personally don't really do physical contact because not everyone wants to be touched and the guy might not like me. Rather keep the rejection to a minimum. Yeah, no. Another is her lingering after a conversation is done. Just silence and her looking at you. Also, I've noticed that if the guy ends the date early and she stutters an okay and or looks disappointed, she most likely likes you and wants to spend more time with you. Asking questions about/showing interest in a hobby that we definitely don't share. Like, if I'm asking you a million questions about your years of playing Skyrim, prefaced with I don't know much about video games, it's because I want to talk to you/spend time with you, not because I'm interested in gameplay or am considering taking it up. Hint culture is a disaster. I don't drop hints. Hints are designed to have plausible deniability when you're rejected and to create ambiguity so you can save face in such a situation. Communication works better when it's as clear as possible. Though to be fair, I rarely communicate anything on this subject matter. And if, on an off chance, I do read a subtle hint, I will dismiss it as coincidence. It is dangerous to assume a girl likes you without concrete evidence, and subtle hints are too wishy-washy to be considered such. Girls, don't use subtle hints. They will be ignored. They will not be read as flirting, or if they are, they will be dismissed as false information. Tell us what you want/need, and we will endeavor to achieve those things for you. But to insinuate that maybe something could be, will net you nothing. Hard statements will get the job done every time. I don't know why you assume they are always subtle hints. I've straight out asked guys out, and they have blanked, like they are having an episode then picked up their thread of conversation from before I spoke like nothing had happened. If you strongly believe a girl won't ask you out, then there's a good chance when one does your brain will just not accept it has happened and skip over it. Luckily I know this, because I used to do the same thing when I was a self-conscious teen, so I'm quite forgiving, but many girls won't know what to do with that. On the other spectrum, not getting it when I don't want to ducking talk or am uninterested. There are people I chat with online, most of which are more acquaintances than friends. People I likely wouldn't care if I never met in real life. One of these people will message me continuously every time I'm online, but I won't reply because they never say anything except for hello s, hi s, hope you are doing well. We don't actually ever talk about anything, yet he keeps badgering me, even if he gets nothing but silence from me. I'm dreading the day I'm just going to have to be cruel about it. I want to shake him. When I first met my boyfriend, we talked non-stop every chance we could. Long distance USA/Australia, so it was a little weird, but he was being homeschooled, so he was available constantly. We'd talk from when I got home from school to past 1 AM talking about anything. A week later I called him and told him I was desperately in love with him and that I needed to be with him. A year and a half later we are going strong and have never been happier despite the rapid start. He told me he had no clue I was interested. I would Snapchat him photos of me with bedhead. My bedhead is very wavy, almost curly, and he loves curly soft hair, and photos that made my eyes and my lips look extra attractive. Flirted so hard with him, I thought he was sure to notice, and he said, word for word, wow, I never thought someone so perfect would fall for a weird old creep like me. Needless to say, we got together and are looking on buying a larger apartment together closer to my college soon. Trying to find things in common and saying me too with excitement is not just being nice, it's trying to make you see we match. Also the touching. If my leg touches your leg or my arm touches your arm and I don't take it back, it's because it is there for a reason. This thing about dropping hints and stuff like that, it's making me crazy. I have this girl in my life right now that sometimes she give me all the hints, then sometimes even the same day barely talks to me, but then online she is all sweet and talk etc. I have this hobby where we get together every Saturday, where beside us are almost all my group of friends, so the flirting is kinda wide open to everyone to see, but I noticed when her best friend is there, even if she's not in the room or close to her, she barely talked to me. To make it worst, we already should have some maturity, because I'm 28, she is 30. My best friend is 35, and he says that watching me and her interact is better than watching BBC Wildlife, because we never know how she is going to react XD.